If you watch this video and you tell me that I shouldn't quit my day job, you're right. I really shouldn't, because if I quit my day job, I've got nothing to fall back on with YouTube. Hello and welcome to this week's video. We are talking about money this week. How much money do I make as an intern in Australia? So an intern is the first year working as a doctor after medical school, and we're going to have a look at one of my pay slips. I also want to talk about how much I make as a YouTuber, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So we're going to get straight into it, but before we do, I just want to say hello. Nice to meet you all. My name's Sil. I'm a junior doctor working in Sydney, Australia, and in my free time, I love making YouTube videos where I reflect about my experiences as a doctor, and also a bit about mental health and wellness, because that's an area of medicine that I'm really interested in. All right, let's talk about money, because it's important or something. So as an intern in New South Wales Health, we make about $69,000 a year, roughly. And depending on where you work in Australia, that can range. So in other states, it can go up to $78,000 a year. I'm gonna link to a video by the Career Doctor that runs through the average salaries of each state, which is gonna be in the card here. And although we make $69,000 a year according to our award, which is the enterprise agreement that the doctors in the New South Wales Health Organisation came to, you can make much more than that. And interns that do lots of surgical terms with lots of hours can make up to $100,000 a year. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking that 69K is, it's a lot of money, but it's not like what you thought a doctor would make. Well, as you progress through your medical career, you can make significantly more every year. And when you're a consultant, the average consultant's income, depending on what specialty, is between $200,000 and $400,000. And if you're a surgeon, some surgeons make more than $1 million a year. So it can be big money. But I guess as a bit of a disclaimer, you really shouldn't do medicine for money. Okay, so now let's have a look at that payslip. Boom, here we are. So I've blacked out everything that I think could be sensitive and get me fired. But essentially, this is the weekly base rate. It's $1,300 a week. So it's $2,600 a fortnight. Now I get out of that, sorry, $2,700. Out of that $2,700, about $700 gets taxed. And so I end up with $2,000 in my bank account per fortnight. So essentially it's $1,000 a week. That's pretty good, because my expenses are much less than $1,000 a week. And so I'm investing, around $500 a week, which I'm really happy with. If you want to know more about my investment strategies, I'd be interested in making a video about that if people would be keen to watch it. It's changed a lot since I got scammed out of my cryptocurrencies. So I lost a chunk of money, and so now I'm doing all these long-term, conservative, low-risk investments. Anyway, so that's the $2,000. I also get $250 a week into superannuation, which my 65-year-old self will be very grateful for later. And here are the rates. So it's $35 an hour working as an intern, and we work 76 hours a fortnight. We actually work 80 hours a fortnight, but at the end of every month, you get given a rostered day off to average your weekly hours to 38 hours instead of 40 hours. That's just because that's the New South Wales Health definition of what a full-time employee works. And you can see here that I got $32 extra, and that was because I was on call for 2 days. Now, it's $16 to be on call, and to be on call as an intern just means you have to be in the state and not drunk for 24 hours so that you're available to go to the hospital and work a terrible shift if they need you. And I think that, to be called in, that rate of actually being called in when you're on call is something like 5%. It seems super uncommon. And sorry, just to clarify, there's a public holiday rate here because there was a public holiday in the fortnight, but I didn't actually work. So I just got paid normal hours to have the day off, which is amazing. But if I had worked during the public holiday, I would have loading on that $35. So it would be much more than $35 an hour. Moving up to here, you can see that I had, you accrue sick leave and annual leave. Now with my sick leave, I have 16 hours there, but I actually used both of them because I was sick. And I had to take 2 days off. I had a sore throat, I got COVID tested, it was negative, but I had to wait till I was fully asymptomatic before going back to the hospital. And with the annual leave, you essentially get 4 weeks per year. So I've got a month off, and I think mine's in October. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for that month off, but if COVID's chilled, I'm probably going to do a big trip. Anyway, that's it for my pay slips. So in summary, roughly, I make $1,000 a week. Now, YouTube, well, as a YouTube channel with less than 500 subscribers, I make $0 from YouTube. And that's the way it should be. I'm still in my kind of learning phase of YouTube, and I don't need to monetize it. And like, I might monetize it one day when I'm big and producing lots of valuable content, but right now I'm small, just having fun and playing around with it. But it is kind of funny. Like if someone says, if you watch this video and you tell me that I shouldn't quit my day job, you're right. I really shouldn't, because if I quit my day job, I've got nothing to fall back on with YouTube. And in fact, I've invested heaps of money into YouTube, like almost, I don't know, $5,000 at least. And I'll link to my, it's probably on this side, big desk setup where I show this YouTube studio and my desk setup and how I've integrated it all to make these like ultra productive videos. And, but yeah, it cost a bunch of money, even though I bought everything secondhand. But I think it's a good investment because I want to have I want you guys to feel that there's good production quality in these things. Anyway, as I progress in my life, I will continue being transparent about the money I make, and that might be interesting to some of you. So if that does sound interesting, make sure you subscribe. Feel free to check out some of my other videos of me reflecting on what it's like to be a student or a doctor, and I wish you all a wonderful day. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.